Welcome to Buckets, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Glad to have you with us. My name is Matt Moore. I'm the senior NBA writer for the Action Network. This is your Tuesday Best Bets episode. Join me tonight, Jay Money. You can find him on Twitter at JMoneyIsMoney. Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Trying to starting to see NBA really well now, so it's time to start stacking up these wins second half of the NBA season.
Love to hear it. Also joining me is the analytics capper, Albert Wynn. You can find him on Twitter at analytics capper. Albert, how you doing?
The books better watch out. If Jay is seeing the NBA clearly, he's going to get on a big run, guys. I'm in Boston for the week, so the legalization of sports betting is happening in Massachusetts. I want to be here for that tomorrow night. So excited to do that and excited to get into the NBA tonight.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and get into our best bets. We'll go around the table. We'll say what our best bets are for the evening, and then we'll explain the cap on them. We'll start with Jay. Jay, what's your best bet for Tuesday slate?
Yeah, I'll be rolling with the Bucks in this one. Should be the first quarter should be around -4, -4.5 when it comes out. But regardless, I don't care what the spread is. I see Bucks smack City really early and often. To be honest with you, but I'm really comfortable with that first quarter. I'll break it down later, but Bucks first quarter for me.
I do not understand what's happening where Jay is taking the Bucks. I do not understand. I'm very confused after he's been dogging them all year. AC, what's your best bet for Tuesday?
There's two games tomorrow on national TV. I'm going to take the first game here on TNT. I like the Lakers on the road, Madison Square Garden, +2.5.
Okay. All right. I'm going to join you. My two are going to be the Lakers +2.5 and on the money line versus the New York Knicks. And I will also take the Denver Nuggets -7.5 versus the New Orleans Pelicans as the Nuggets return home from their road trip. All right, let's go ahead and get into the cap. Now, Jay, you have doubted this Bucks team all year, and it's gotten me to be like real cautious about it. They have not been the dynamite team versus Eastern Conference opponents at home that I have wanted them to be this year because they've been so reliable. However, the last 2 weeks, this team has been an absolute freaking freight train. They're bombing threes. Giannis had like 47 and 30 minutes yesterday. It's ridiculous. Why do you like the Bucks first quarter here?
Yeah, the Giannis has been going crazy. The Bucks are starting to put things together. They got Middleton coming off the bench, basically a healthy team right now. But first off, I mean, the Bucks are 20-5 straight up at the house, 17-8 against the spread. So this is where they ball out. This is where they're most comfortable. The Hornets sitting at 15-36, guys, 8-20 on the road straight up. This I don't know why they're winning games. In my opinion, you might want to start sitting your guys out. You're not going to make the playoffs. You're 10 games back from the 10th seed. So I know the Hornets sometimes can come back in games, so that's why I'm staying off the full game in this one. But regardless, man, this is my cap on it, man. The Bucks 5-1 ATS last six first quarters. They're starting out hot in these games, man. They're coming out pissed off. They're starting to get in playoff mode as well. Someone like I said, the Warriors were today as well. 6-1 straight up and 5-2 against the spread last seven. But this is a major revenge spot here, man. It's time to me start getting back from my revenge spots. They lost 138 to 109 on January 6th. Giannis had 9 points in that game. It's not happening again. They got outscored 51-28 in the first quarter. Absolutely smacked City from the beginning. And they were down 84-60 at the end of the first half as well. They didn't win a single quarter in the game. That's the prime definition of getting smoked as well. And the Hornets 1-4 against the spread last five in the first quarter, and 0-5 against the spread last five in the first half. I think the Bucks come out here with vengeance on their minds. I think they're up double digits after the end of the first quarter in this one.
Bucks are 9-5 against the spread full game versus Eastern Conference opponents this season. That's way better than I thought it was. It felt like they were a lot shakier, but most of those are probably the road games I was looking at. That's 64%, and they're straight up 71%. First quarter differential is an average of about, let's see, it's a little less. It's about only about 1.3, so they have underperformed there, but they have been an absolute monster as of late. This is bold. I like it. You're laying a lot of points for a first quarter line. Does that make you nervous at all?
It doesn't make me nervous. Like I say, I think they'll get up early and often in this one, man. Giannis is an absolute matchup nightmare for this game. They didn't come to play the last game. I'm pretty sure that they're going to look back at that one and say, all right, look, we got to come out and get on them first. I mean, they gave up 50 points in the first quarter, man. What are we doing here? I see Giannis. He might have 15 points in the first quarter. There's no one to stop him. And like I say, the Hornets have been coming back in games. It's been second half comebacks. Basically, a team will get a lead versus them. They'll come back in the second half. But to start the game, they get smoked like they're supposed to do.
Okay, I want to look at this. So since January 1st, at home. The Bucks. So in the last 2 weeks, the Bucks first quarter. Wow. Okay. Yeah. The last 2 weeks, the Bucks first quarter spread, average point differential. Sorry. Their point differential first quarter is 10. They've beaten teams by 10 points over the
Smack City.
last 2 weeks. So, whoo, okay. Yeah, you're on target there. Nice cap on that. All right, AC, what do you like tell me why you like the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Knicks, and I'll give you my cap on it.
Yep. Normally, I would not back the Lakers. They're usually one of the more public teams in the NBA. They're usually one of the latest games of the night, so people are kind of chase that last win in the Staples Center. But this is a completely different scenario here. They're on the road. They're in Madison Square Garden. They are on a second night of a back-to-back. I think that's why the line moved against them. But it's a fake second night of a back-to-back. AD rested tonight. LeBron rested tonight. I think they are a matchup nightmare against the Knicks, especially without Mitchell Robinson. The Lakers front line overnight with the return of AD and the trade for Rui is a big front line now. And I think they're going to dominate the rebounding, the boards. And I think they're going to come out and play. And we know the very last time out, they got jobbed at the end of the Celtics game. LeBron got fouled on that lefty layup. So I think he's going to come out with a vengeance, but I think he's going to start getting his teammates involved, because I know for a fact he's trying to get the scoring title either against the Bucks or against the Warriors, right? So he's going to try to play his game that way. With that being said, I think the Lakers right now are playing at a better pace. They are 4-1. If you throw out tonight, right? There's no LeBron, there's no AD. If you throw out tonight, they're 4-1 against the spread in the last 5-0-1 against the spread in the last 6 home road games. And on the flip side, the Knicks don't play really well at home, guys. It's really hard to be the home team at Madison Square Garden. They're only 3-7 against the spread in New York. So I like the Los Angeles Lakers in this one.
I'm with you. My numbers make this way closer to a pick 'em, and that's mostly because the Knicks are bad at home, like you mentioned. So for the season, the Knicks as a home favorite, 7-10-1, just 41%. And since December 21st, as a home favorite, they are 2-6 straight up. Now 2-6 against the spread, and 3-5 straight up as a home favorite. This is one of the worst teams in the league at home for whatever reason. They have not been good at home all year. Lakers on the road as a dog this season haven't been good. They're 8-14-1, and that spooked me. However, if you throw out tonight's game where they rested AD and LeBron versus the Nets, they have won 6 of their last 8 against the spread as a road dog. So they've been much better in that spot. Healthy LeBron and AD, my numbers aren't going to be able to account for AD's absence, so they're probably I should upgrade them a little bit more for AD being back, which would make them even higher here. I'll take the Lakers plus 2.5. I'll grab on the money line as well. We've talked about the value on that throughout the year. One more for you. I do like the Denver Nuggets here, minus 7.5 versus the New Orleans Pelicans. They're on a 2-game losing streak. This team tends to respond when they're on 2-game losing streaks. Joker puts it into another gear when they're on a losing streak. He knows that they can creep into it, causing anxiety and stress, and I don't think Joker likes dealing with that. With my adjusted numbers for Zion being out, I've got this Nuggets by 12. So I've got a huge gap here. This was 8.5. It moved back towards the Pelicans because CJ McCollum's probably going to play. Brandon Ingram's probably going to play. Nuggets, Jamal Murray's questionable. I'm not worried really about that. It's possible Bones Highland doesn't play because there's a lot of trade talks around him, but Bones Highland hasn't been a positive player for them this season. The Nuggets have been lights out at home. They've been absolutely dominant at home and against the spread. This is a good number, and so I'm going to go ahead and lay the 7.5 versus the Pelicans. Jay, what do you think?
I'm scared of the Pelicans. I mean, they've been playing like ass. They've been playing terrible.
Yeah, they have.
I wonder when they're going to put it together. I mean, they did have some good Spurs versus the Bucks before they went and smoked them. But I mean, I can't talk you off their bed. The Pelicans are recent performance and recent form tells you that you can't bet the Pelicans right now. I know that they're a better team than what they're showing. I just wonder when they're going to put it together. Historically, they have played really well versus the Nuggets. 6-1 against the spread last 7 in Denver, and 11-5 against the spread spread last 16 meetings period. So and they just took a 1 point loss versus them at home versus the Nuggets. Nuggets were up by double digits in that one. Pelicans came all the way back to make it a 1 point game. So I worry about laying points with me with the Nuggets here. That's just me personally.
Look, I am of the opposite mindset this season, and it's worked out pretty well this year, where it's like anytime that you're like, yeah, but is this the game where they turn it around? I mean, maybe, but like what logical reason do we have to think like this is the game where the Pelicans were 3-13 in their last 16 games get right? Right? Like why would I if if I didn't have a number edge on it, I would be like, all right, there's no reason to bet this, right? Like, okay, yeah, they've been hot, but I'm not going to get swayed off of Nuggets at home, good spot. Nuggets off of a loss, good spot. Pelicans playing like ass is not like the Pelicans have been really bad, so I don't want to fade them. Right? When they turn it, I'll note that, but I'm not going to get scared off of betting that way. What do you think, AC?
I actually agree with both of you guys here. I'm personally going to lay off. There's no way you can back the Pelicans right now. They're playing terribly. I think the return of Brandon Ingram, who I really like as a player, has actually kind of ruined their momentum. They have to reintegrate him back into the offense. Not having Zion Williamson is huge, guys, and he's been a matchup nightmare for his entire career. He just can't stay healthy. Without him, they're just not the same team. And even with him, they're a terrible road team. So they're going into one of the hardest places to play. They just got out of Milwaukee, which was also one of the hardest places to play. I think this is a throwaway game. Personally, I think the Pelicans are going to take their losses and come back, try to mend and get healthy and try to win some games at home. But for me, from a capping standpoint, I agree with Matt in the fact that it's really Nuggets or nothing in this game. But I'm going to just be very selective. I'm most likely just going to do the Lakers and most likely the Bucks as well.
All right, it's going to wrap it up for Buckets for a Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Jay's got Bucks first quarter -4.5. Laying the wood for Smack City. AC's got the Lakers with me +2.5. I'm going to have the Lakers on the money line as well. And I'll lay the Nuggets -7.5. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. You can follow this show in the Action Network app. Best way for you to track your picks. You can find it every single day in the app, as well as Green Dot Daily, your daily betting agenda. Check out all the great offers that are going on in the Action Network app for Super Bowl. You can get all of our analysis for the big game as well. We'll see you guys again next time on Buckets, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Until then, let's get buckets.